against Jeremy Maclin. Jeremy Maclin got knocked out.
Listen, man. Mike Mitchell has a vendetta against every receiver.
Him, Sean Davis, they're perfect. They're perfect Steelers safeties. Which, by the way, the Raiders passed on Sean Davis, but I'm still mad about that draft. Because everybody I predicted to get drafted actually is producing for the teams they're on right now. Except the guys the Raiders drafted, but whatever.
That's unfair because there's a lot of busts in that draft.
Anthony Zettel.
As we went over in the beginning.
I'm talking about like 2015.
Oh, okay.
Like Anthony Zettel, Sean Davis, those guys are producing. Anthony Zettel's starting for the Lions, and he was a D tackle in college, so he would have been a great combo guy, and probably producing more sacks than Mario Edwards is. Don't get me started. Can you name any? I mean, Autry. People keep saying, "Oh, the Raiders have Danico Autry. That's enough." No, it's not, because he was like a 7th round pick or something like that. Like, and by the way, now that Dan Mullen's the head coach for Florida, the Raiders better start drafting Florida defensive linemen, because it's about to be real. Anywhere Dan Mullen is coaching, the defensive tackles and the defensive line end up being great in the league. But see, I had Amari Cooper. We both agreed on that. Jeremy Maclin. I got 2 more. Martavis Bryant. And I hate to say it, but Laquan Treadwell. Like, I could see him getting flushed out. He's kind of a bust.
You just can't get a separation.
He runs a 4.7.
Sad.
Him, Jarvis Landry. I don't trust a receiver who can't break a 4.5. Because the way the NFL's set up.
I think the other thing, though, I think the difference between him and Jarvis Landry
had explosive agility and acceleration.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's the quarterback play. Because at least Tannehill and Cutler, there's some threat to stretch the field. Sam Bradford, Case Keenum.
They're not throwing deep.
They're not throwing deep.
Keenum, Bradford can throw deep. Bridgewater can throw deep, but he don't want to.
But they're
a conservative offense. But my issue is, by the way, Adrian Peterson went on injured reserve for the Cardinals. He had a messed up neck. Keenum went 25 for 30 in their last game. 25 for 30. That's like 83% or something like that.
I'm going to give you my biggest underachiever. And that's probably...
I named 4, right?
The entire Seattle Seahawks defense. And probably...
That's not fair.
The entire Seattle Seahawks running backs.
That's not fair.
And how about the offensive line?
That's not fair. Their defense is underachieving. They're injured.
How about the entire Seahawks team outside of Russell Wilson and the receivers?
I'd say the Baltimore Ravens cornerbacks, except for Humphrey, who's a rookie.
Jimmy Smith got hurt.
Yeah, but Brandon Carr is trash. He got smoked.
Brandon Carr's been trash.
They didn't even give him help.
He's been trash.
Antonio Brown just took a dump on his life. They should have won.
The Ravens are still on the show, though.
But they should have won that Steelers game. Do you have at least 4 guys? Because I was going to move on straight to the Achievers.
Go ahead. Go for your Achievers.
Alex Collins. Essentially, kind of in the same vein as an Eddie Lacy, but in better shape. He's a running back who...
Whoa. Eddie Lacy's in shape.
What is he doing?
That's a different issue, but he's in shape. He's in shape. It's not because he's not in shape.
Which one's the applause one? Congrats, Eddie Lacy. So Alex Collins is on pace to hit 1,000 yards this year for the Ravens. He's rejuvenated that offense. He rushed for over 100. He rushed for almost 6 yards a pop and had 3 rushing touchdowns and a good chunk of yards receiving against the Steelers' defense. And that's a lot for a guy who did virtually nothing in a crowded backfield in Seattle. And then he gets traded to Baltimore, and they're like, oh, wait, that's why he got drafted. That's why he's one of the all-time leading rushers in Arkansas history. He's going to earn himself some money. You got guys like Josh Gordon. No. Don't shake your head, no. Josh Gordon had almost 100 yards receiving and a touchdown last week. He's back. He's a legitimate NFL receiver. And he looks great. And I hope he gets out of Cleveland and goes somewhere even healthier and does great things. So yeah, he's another guy I think who's making some money, and he's earning his time back because he's pretty much been that go-to receiver. They've been really trying to get him the ball, and it's worked.
I'll give you one. Someone you already mentioned, Case Keenum. I mean, when you're talking about how trash quarterbacks are in this league, Case Keenum is probably still trash, but
he played at Houston.
He's played very well the past couple weeks. Like you said, he had that 83% game. He had another one earlier in the year,
Lions.
too. So he's proven he can be a really efficient game manager. He's proven that he can play in different offenses. So he'll probably at least get that Mike Glennon money.
That's disgusting.
At least? I mean, has more starts than Glennon.
Glennon got that because he has a big arm. That's about it.
So I could see him catching on, making some cash for that.
I got two people. You got anybody else?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Mitch Trubisky. He played great their last game. Went like 25 for 32. It goes to show when you have guys.
But he's a rookie, so you can't really say he's overachieving because he was the number one.
He's mad overachieving because they were terrible. Chicago didn't have much. You know what? I'm going to go straight to the Saints and just get this over with. Overachieving, Mark Ingram. Because he's good, but like... And I think he's near the... I think he's only behind like 2 or 3 people for the all-time rushing list in Saints history, which is crazy to think about, that he's that high up. But he's one that's...
Especially since you've slandered him so many times.
I know. I've slandered him a lot, but he keeps coming back.
He's like the only Alabama running back to like actually have longevity.
He's like Jason Voorhees. He just keeps coming back. So, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Another guy who's earned himself
a lot. Which, by the way, him and Alvin Kamara are like perfect.
They really are.
1-2.
They're the perfect 1-2. Even though Kamara got hurt, but still. Another guy that earned himself a lot of money, Funches and Bunches, Devin Funches.
That's a good one.
I've been saying it. I said it in the Super Bowl. If they would have given him the ball more, they probably would have won.
You also said he was slow and he should play tight end. So let's not.
He ran a 4.5. I still feel like he could have played tight end, but he slimmed
let's
down.
Not give him too much credit because you have slandered Funches a lot.
I didn't slander Funches a lot.
You slandered Funches a lot.
Nah, I slandered Ben.
You slandered Funches a lot, bro. You said he should play tight end.
I slandered Mike Shula.
You said he should play tight end multiple times.
I slandered Mike Shula.
Check the archives.
Yeah, check them. I slandered the offensive coordinator because
you said he went high, too.
He should have gone high. He was All-American tight end, and he was a great receiver in college. And he ran like a 4.48 or 4.5 at his pro days. So I
remember distinctly on previous versions of this podcast when I was going over the receivers class, and you
said he's not a receiver; he's a tight end.
Funches is good. He's a tight end.
I still think he could be a good tight end.
He's too high for being
a receiver,
a tight end who's playing receiver.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
The way they've utilized him, it's working. Nah.
Backtrack Barry strikes again.
How dare you? How dare you? For starters, I was calling Funches when you weren't, so whatever.
All right.
But Funches is making himself some money.
Okay, so let's switch it up to a little bit of a darker tone.
Didn't we just leave a darker tone?
Yeah, that's how it is. You keep the roller coaster ride rolling. So, Indianapolis, or whatever, the Thursday game.
The Colts.
Yeah. There's another player that left the game on a stretcher. That's, 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Colts tight end. Brandon Jackson, I think.
On top of that, we got Arthur Burns, Steelers cornerback.
Artie Burns.
Saying he has CTE.
Definitely. He's like, human beings are not meant to play this sport and run into each other full speed.
And Larry Johnson, one of our childhood's most underrated running backs.
Yeah. He was one of the people forgot him in between Priest Holmes and Jamal Charles. Everyone forgot about Larry Johnson because he had 27 rushing touchdowns one year.
Especially because he was like dead ass the bridge between those two.
He was a great back.
Like he was Priest Holmes back up for a little bit, and he was Jamal Charles. Like, he wasn't really the starter because he cleaned
the slate for Jamal Charles, and then Jamal Charles, Clinton Portis. No. It was Clinton Portis, Larry Johnson, and Willie Parker were all in the Redskins at the same time. All three of them were Pro Bowl running backs, and they were all on the Redskins at one time. Didn't work out.
And they were all washed.
They didn't work out for either of them. It was a sad day for Madden when I saw that.
So, I guess my question is, did I even say why we brought up Larry Johnson?
CTE, he's 38 now.
They're saying by 50, he may not even remember his name. So, I guess my question is, Barry checks his Tinder messages again as always.
Whoa. Your Honor, that was a lie. I was turning down the volume. How dare you?
Is the NFL doomed?
Yeah.
Are we seeing a popular culture shift against the NFL? I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar already said he thinks basketball is going to be the most popular sport in America.
It will
in
be.
A few years.
It's global already. You got Porzingis. You can be skinny as hell. You don't have to be...
characters, though, too, in basketball, and you get to know them more. Faces, they're more visible.
Exactly. There's going to be a lot of great players playing overseas.
So here's my thing. I think probably in 20, 50 years, somewhere on that
football
line,
players are going to start running track again.
We're going to start seeing football players we're either going to see them playing flag football or we're going to see robots playing football.
You're going to see rugby. You're going to see, top-notch rugby. Or they're going to be playing you're going to see a lot of black baseball players. If that trend ever shifts back, you're going to see a lot of black baseball players. Because there's more money in baseball. Facts. So the least
more games though.
Yeah, but
you're talking about football season. Your peak season is only 3 months.
No one who's getting CTE in baseball except someone who gets hit in the head by a pitch, and Madison Bumgarner can't throw at everybody.
Here's the thing, man.
By the way, Madison Bumgarner.
You know me. I've been one of the most woke people on this whole CTE thing, but at the same time, we don't know enough about it. We don't know the levels to it. We don't know how to diagnose it before someone dies. We don't know how prevalent it is in just the overall general population. We don't know how popular it is in rugby players, like you said.
Rugby players probably have it the worst.
There's hockey, veterans. They've done studies
PTSD.
on that. They've done studies on that, and they found it in them, but we don't know. We don't have enough research, so it's hard to really say.
NFL is definitely
how much of it is really the NFL.
It's football.
We know for a fact it happens in the NFL, but we don't know how much.
Dude, how many basketball?
We don't have a baseline to compare it to, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, because there's no other sport like football.
Exactly. So
you can't play football.
We can't put it all on football yet. The reason why we can put it on football and the reason why they do have this whole PR thing is because they covered it up for so long. Had they been responsible and came out with it at the beginning and said, "Hey, we see this thing happening. We're studying it. We're contributing money. We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to save our game," we'd be having a completely different discussion right now.
Nah, I think people
the fact that the fact that they covered it up, they didn't take care of their players for so long.
No sport
takes care of their players. They swept it under the rug. It's not true. NFL,
boxing definitely don't.
NBA, PA has healthcare for life.
Okay, well, good. It's the NBA, but that's just the NBA. They have the luxury of doing that. Are boxers taken care of?
Boxers?
No.
Do they even have a union?
No. If they do, I don't know about it. I'm surprised, what's the guy? Jack Dempsey lived to be 95. I'm still shocked that happened. Honestly.
But that's what I'm saying is
think about it. You played football in high school.
The problem to me It's not CTE. It's not the stretchers. It's not any